Well, it's definitely a late night being up and listening to Ed Sheeran's new album Equals. I decided to stay up and kind of be with all of you to get the first listen to this album as soon as it came out. So I think Ed is in an interesting spot in his career that he's been doing music for a while. So when it comes to the new album, he's got to do something that's a little bit different, that doesn't sound like entirely what he's been doing, but you can't alienate all those fans and forget the music that got you here. So yeah, he's kind of at an interesting point in his career that he's got to find a way to mix it up, but not mix it up too much. So there's 14 tracks on this new album. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to each one, stop it after each one, and give you my thoughts. I'm not going to play any clips from it because then I know the label will make a copyright claim on this video. I know there's some people on YouTube that are able to get away with it. I don't know how they do it. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it, and then I'm going to listen to a track, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on each one. So the first track is Tides. Okay, just listen to Tides. I made some notes too as I was listening to the song because I want to make sure I give you my first thoughts. But yeah, it's definitely a jolt to open the album. I mean, Ed can be pretty pulled back in his production, so this is definitely a rock song. The instrumentation drops out completely for the chorus, which is pretty unique. That's a pretty rare thing for a chorus, for the instrumentation to drop out. I really like that. I like the lyrics. Like, he's really letting you know where he is in his life. Like, it's a great opening track because he's like, hey, I was gone, now I'm back, and here's where my head is at. So yeah, great opening track for this album. Okay, Shivers. Damn, that's sexy. So yeah, super fun. And I love the production, like the plucking of the strings. I don't know if that was live strings or just electronic strings, but yeah, I love that sound of the plucking of the strings. Catchy hook. Now, I was liking this track. I was liking it. But then that bridge where the instrumentation drops out again, that was amazing. It took it to a whole other level. Yeah, now I love that track. So Shivers, definitely a standard on this album. Oh, First Times. Man, this guy knows how to write a ballad. Like, I don't know if that's going to have as much universal appeal as like Thinking Out Loud or Perfect, because the lyrics are so specific to his wife, Cherry. But man, that is a beautiful, beautiful song. Like, that's one of the best ballads he has ever written. Yeah, another standard on this album. We're off to a really good start. 3 songs in, off to a really good start, and I see what the next song is. Yeah, so Bad Habits. Obviously, I've heard this song a bunch. I really like this track. I thought it was a great return for Ed because, like I said, he had to really change up his sound a little bit, but not alienate people. And I think this song did a really good job at doing that. I love seeing where an artist puts a first single on an album, so it's number 4. And I gotta say, those first 3 tracks are definitely on the level of Bad Habits and Visiting Hours, which I know is coming later. So yeah, number 4 on the track. So far, like the first 4 tracks are totally outstanding on this album. Overpass Graffiti. So I Googled this song while I was listening to it to check if The Weeknd had anything to do with this track, because it very much starts out with a Weeknd kind of feel to it. And I see that it was released as a single as well. I didn't hear this song before the album, so yeah, I'm hearing it for the first time. Yeah, like the chorus, once the chorus hit, I thought it had a little bit more of a typical Ed sound. Something was lacking here for me. Like, it just didn't work. That hook didn't really come together for me. It's a pleasant song, but I didn't really think it stood out. Like, I didn't hate this track, but it's not a standout track for me either. So this is the first song on this album that I'm kind of like, meh. The Joker and the Queen. Okay, so we just came off the incredible First Times. So this ballad didn't reach the same level for me. Like, it didn't have the same impact. Like, it's pleasant. Like, I don't think Ed is capable of writing a bad song, but I don't think this song improves his library of music in any kind of way. Like, I don't think I'll be listening to this song again. Leave Your Life. I like the different production here. There was definitely an effort to change up the sound a bit, which I appreciate. I think this is about his daughter. I might have missed a lyric that was clearly about his wife or his daughter, but I got a feeling that this song was about his daughter. It's a solid album track. It didn't totally stand out for me. Like, we're really into like a ho-hum middle section of this album after such a strong start. These past 3 songs, I'm just kind of like, meh, yeah, they're okay. Like, they're kind of typical Ed stuff. They're not standing out for me in any kind of way. Collide. Okay, here we go. Like, as soon as the song started, I thought this is the freshest track since Bad Habit. Like, the beat, it almost has like a hip hop feel to it. Yeah, it isn't an explosive song, but it has a really nice feel to it. And I'm finding it so interesting, like how many times on this album Ed is having the instruments drop out for a section of the song. So it's almost like an a cappella song. Like, I think this is like the 4th time he's done that on this album. But yeah, this song is definitely a plus for the album. 2-Step. So yeah, this has Ed almost back in like rap mode again, or at least singing really, really fast. Did this song grab anybody? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know what to say about the song. It sounds like stuff we've heard from Ed before. Like I said, like, he's not capable of writing a bad song, but I feel like I've heard this from Ed Sheeran before. Like, I feel like he could write a song like this in his sleep at this point. Stop the Rain. Yes. Dug this track. You can't help but tap your foot to this one. And So much of the lyrics so far in this album have been so personal about his wife and his daughter. It's nice that this song has a little bit more of a universal appeal to it. And once again, at one point the instrumentation drops out. He loves that concept on this album. But yeah, this is one of the standout tracks for me on here. Love in Slow Motion. So it's funny, I thought this song had kind of a Gaelic feel to it, and I know that's something that Ed has dabbled in throughout his career. I think it was like the hard strumming of the guitar that reminded me of like Gaelic Irish music. But yeah, I love this track. So yeah, after kind of a ho-hum middle section, we're getting a little bit stronger here with the last two tracks. So let's see how we finish this out, and I see what song is next. Visiting Hours. So yeah, I've listened to this song a bunch before this album came out. Like if you thought Ed still couldn't devastate you with a song, then he gives you Visiting Hours. Like it's just so heartbreakingly beautiful. Like the production is pulled back because it's all about his lyrics and his incredible vocals as he sings about his late friend not being able to meet his daughter. Like it's like just beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. Sandman. Okay, reggae. And then obviously it's a song about his daughter. And then as it goes along, oh, this is almost like a lullaby. So it's like, okay, instead of a song that everyone's going to play at their wedding, is Ed trying to make a song that every parent is going to sing to their kid at bedtime? It's super cute. I did think the song went on a little too long, but it's really fun to hear Dad Ed now singing a lullaby. Be Right Now, the closer. So this one almost has an EDM beat to it. And it took me a while to figure out this song because he had this almost EDM beat, but then Ed's vocals are really subdued. And then you have this distant, like muted piano. It's a really interesting track. Like if my complaint about some of these songs is that it kind of sounds like typical Ed Sheeran stuff, this song does not. So I did like this song. I think it's a song that's going to grow on me as I listen to it a few times, but it's an interesting song to end on as well. And of course, once again, the instruments drop out. I've lost track of how many times he did that over the course of this album. But yeah, he seems to love that idea on this album, kind of these instruments, and then they boom, they drop out, and it's almost like an a cappella part of the song. But yeah, this song is definitely good. So that's the album. So my grade changed as like we're going through that album because yeah, the beginning was so strong, the middle was meh, and then it ended really strong. I'm gonna give the album a B plus because yeah, I think there's a lot of interesting stuff on here. There are some tracks that I really never need to hear from again. I guess it's probably about let's see how many songs I don't need to hear again. So I would say I don't need to hear Two Step, Leave Your Life, The Joker and the Queen, and Overpass Graffiti again. So that's only 3 songs that I would completely dismiss from this album. So yeah, this is a really strong album from Ed Sheeran for someone who's been doing music for quite a while, and it's hard to surprise us or keep us interested, but he really does a good job here. And yeah, he's got a few ballads on here that are just devastating. So yeah, B plus for me from Equals. But yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on Ed Sheeran's album Equals.